Yeah, that's pretty good.
Pathetic.
So, Jacqueline, where do you stand on the Keystone pipeline? Do you think that's a bad thing or a good thing?
I mean, I don't know. It's got bad and like I don't know. Everybody I talked to about this, like they have conflicting opinions. So I don't know. I'm gonna go with like mostly bad, obviously.
I think Jacqueline is like me in that she knows vaguely what the Keystone pipeline is, but
I
really
couldn't go into
hasn't
detail.
paid
I know
much
about
more
it, but it's
attention.
just like, yeah.
Because I mean, like I'll fess up
Okay,
to total
there's-
ignorance. Basically,
In Canada, there's something called tar sands oil, and it's this really messy, dirty oil, and it's in central Canada, basically, and they want to get that down to the Gulf Coast to ship it to China and basically Southeast Asia and, developing economies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And people are opposed to building it because, they're worried about the environmental impact.
It'll span several states.
Yes.
Now, what exactly with the
Well,
environmental?
I heard that it's going to have like bad effects with climate change, but I mean, people don't even believe that climate change is a thing. So
Yeah.
It'll definitely contribute.
What is-
But we have tons of pipelines to begin with, so it'll more than likely be approved.
What is the what negative effect is anticipated by it?
Well, possible pipeline leaks, like ones that have happened in Alaska
Yeah.
before, and then also just the mass refining of the oil sands.
Yeah, it's
as well.
It's some of the dirtiest oil in the world, basically.
So they think that the refining process. What is there like a dangerous byproduct of the refining process?
Well, that's actually what
carbon
this.
emissions. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Oh, so just more carbon emissions, basically.
And there's a report here from Fox News
Okay.
that I found about it.
So I'm sure they're in favor.
Oh no, not at all,
No,
TJ.
they're opposed to it.
It sounds evil, so I'm sure they like it.
Now, because the State Department's long-awaited report on the environmental impacts of the Keystone Pipeline project, well, they could be released any time now. Sources telling Fox News it will likely disappoint the critics of the pipeline. It comes on the heels of another report from federal regulators on the growing concerns over safely moving massive amounts of fuel by train. Stephen Dinan is a staff writer at the Washington Times, and he is my guest today on this issue. All right, so we're getting some bits and pieces, Stephen, on what this report is going to say. First and foremost, environmentalists are not going to be happy about this, correct?
Yeah, that's certainly what we hear and what we expect. A couple of reasons for that. First is that this is not the first time and not the first environmental statement that's been done on Keystone. And by and large, all of those all the assessments that have been done before on different routes and whatnot have shown that there may be some problems, some problems you can take care of.
I gotta say that I don't have much faith in the government's ability to assess environmental risks at
Really?
this point. I really don't. I think that basically you can pay for whatever outcome you want. I mean, I obviously have no great expertise in about this particular issue, but it sounds to me like yet another example of something I've seen across the board when it comes to these ecological issues.
Yeah, well, if you notice, they use the term environmentalist, like.
Oh, well, that's like the most derisive word in the English language at this point.
Yeah.
That's like, oh, you don't have to take them seriously. They're an environmentalist. They think that we should take care of the only planet we have.
Fucking tree huggers.
Fucking pieces of
Yeah.
shit. Don't they realize big business is more important?
You just need to drink motor oil, TJ.
See, like on one side, I hear a bunch of people saying it's going to save us all this money, and it's not really going to cause that big of
That's a
environmental
lie.
problems. And then on the other hand, it's like people are saying it's going to cause all this climate change and worsen things, and it's terrible. But it's like, who do you? I really
Oil
don't
is an
believe-
internationally traded commodity, so saying it's going to save you money that makes no sense.
Yeah, I mean, when the price is set by the stock market, how does that save us
That's
money?
nonsense. It's gonna
No,
save
the
you
president
money.
decides oil prices. You guys.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Unless he's a Republican.
I guess we should probably be glad for that fallacy, considering it's the only thing that really fucked up Bush's approval ratings, at least according to some data I've seen. They pretty much showed that during Bush's presidency, his approval ratings could directly be tethered to gas prices at all times.
God.
Well,
I can believe it.
Drive.
It's funny because people take credit for it, and then when gas prices are high, they get blamed for it. It's pretty strange. I don't see.
I think we just need to explain to people once and for all that the politicians do not control the gas prices.
Yes.
To any great extent.
Not to mention, the people are ridiculous. Like, gas should be $1 a gallon. It's like, have you heard of inflation? What? If gas is $1 a gallon, they basically be losing money to sell it to you.
I mean, my attitude is that I'd like to see gas be more expensive, simply because I think that, and either that or we need to figure out some other way to fucking
we've had the
fund
same
our highway structure.
Yeah, we've had the same gas tax since 1993, which is 18.6 cents per gallon for the federal government, and people drive less and less and drive more fuel efficient vehicles. So that's why highway funding is so underfunded at this point.
Yeah, I mean, we either need to figure out a different way to fund our highways, or gas prices actually need to go up. But I know that I'm once again taking like an impossible position to defend to everyday people. Like, hey, gas prices actually need to go up. You're insane. Die. Stomp on his guts.
Or like a steamroller needs to run over you two afterwards.
Yeah, kill him. Kill him. I just blew someone's speakers. I'm sorry.
Yeah. People always complain about they're like, skip this part of the video if you don't want your speakers blown because TJ screams or makes fake fart noises into the microphone.
Oh, speaking of comments, yeah, every single person commenting about me is sexual, so thanks for that.